Hey Josh, how's it going?
Hey.
So Josh, I've been thinking about getting involved with the city of Enid recently, and I'm not really sure how to do that.
I'm glad to hear, Caleb, you're interested in getting involved. There's a lot of ways that you can get involved with this
Really?
city. Yeah.
Awesome.
There are. Have you ever considered going out to vote at any municipal elections?
Wait a second. I thought I was voting for the president.
Yeah, Caleb, you don't really vote for the president at municipal elections. That's more on the federal scale. What we vote for here are things like your mayor, the commissioner who represents your ward. There's also other items that may come up where you can vote for a county commissioner or even tax issues like whether or not you want a bond to pass. That would help fund things like new streets or schools or parks. And so if you show up to the municipal election looking to vote for the president, you're going to leave disappointed.
Understood.
Yes, but great news is there are other ways that you can get involved besides just voting. Have you ever attended a city council meeting before?
Well, "6:30 p.m.
Yeah, we don't get too excited and meet at 6:30 a.m. 6:30 p.m., first and third Tuesdays every month. That's where you'll find the city council meetings. And those are a great way to get to learn what's getting discussed and approved by the city council. You can bring items to their attention because we're talking about 7 elected officials who are volunteers that make the directions for the city and lead, guide, and direct city staff and tell us how we're supposed to go. So it's a great way for you to show up and tell the council what's going on. And if you happen to be too busy where you can't show up to a 6:30 p.m. meeting, you can also contact your local commissioner to tell them about what's going on. Have you ever done that before?
I tried one time.
This is Scott Morris. How can I help you today?
Hey, I have a couple questions about Ward 1. As my commissioner, do you think you could help me out with that?
All right, well, I can see how you might be confused that I am the Ward 1 commissioner. I do sit next to him at the meetings, but I am the assistant city manager. But I would still love to hear your question. I'd still love to try to help you today. What can I do for you?
Awesome. Thanks for clearing that up. So my question was...
I see that you have a hard time maybe finding the phone numbers for your right commissioner or even who it is. You can always come to City Hall and request a contact sheet and figure out who your commissioner is and how to get a hold of them. It's also on our website at enid.org. You can get on there and figure out who your commissioner is and how to contact them. But you got a hold of a city staff member, which is another great way to inform the city as to what problems you have going on. And there are a lot of people here who are wealths of knowledge that can help answer any questions that you may have. Now, sometimes there's some things we cannot do because we don't have the funding for it and we can't get around to certain problems. But one way that you could get involved as well to help make sure that your issues and what you're passionate about is addressed is by running for a city office. There's another great way to get involved with the city of Enid. Have you ever considered running for a city office before?
I've often dreamed of becoming the mayor.
Gerald? Summer? What are you doing? Wait a minute. What's going on? What's your malfunction? This is the mayor's spot.
Oh, yeah.
Are you just filling in, keeping the seat warm, or?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, well, it's good to see you, but hey, you got to be elected to sit here.
Oh, Caleb. To be the mayor, you have to actually run for office, which means you got to file an application with the city during an election year whenever there is an open seat, and then campaign and see if you can't get the great people of the city of Enid to vote for you in that office. There are ways you can get involved, though, and have some authority and say-so without running for office. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. What are they?
There are boards and committees that you can volunteer to serve on. A lot of them you'll show up at 6:30 p.m. at a commission meeting and have the mayor and board of commissioners vote to have you on those boards. And they can be things like we just had a meeting for the Public Arts Commission for the city of Enid, where you've seen some of these beautiful murals around town. PACE is who votes and puts those in. There's also a Martin Luther King Jr. board. There's a tree board. There's a park advisory board, an airport advisory board. Lots of boards that you can volunteer on. Is that something that may interest you?
I think that my passion for Enid might finally be realized. I've always felt drawn to be on the Construction Board of Appeals since I was in 4th grade. I've always been fond of trees. I think I would be a perfect member of the Historic Preservation Commission. I feel myself warming to the Meadow Lake Golf Course Advisory Board.
Warming to the Meadow Lake Park Advisory Board. Caleb, have you ever held a golf club in your life?
Mini golf.
Mini golf, okay. It may be good to pick something that you actually have a deeply embedded passion about, because you have to show up to meetings and be knowledgeable about the items they're talking on, but getting involved is very good, and I'm sure any number of those committees you've rattled off will be a great way for you to get plugged in. But you know, if you get plugged in but you're not involved with the community events, you may be a little ignorant about some of the issues that the city as a whole is interested in. We have a lot of community events out there. Have you ever tried to attend a First Friday meeting or?
I have, actually.
Caleb, you better watch out, because Mayor Mason may be coming for you. You've taken his seat and then you tried to cut his ribbon with a small pair of scissors. But it looks like you've been out to attend a ribbon cutting before. Just know which side of the ribbon you're supposed to be on.
Right.
Yeah. And, you know, one last great way I can encourage you to get involved is to go out and advocate for issues. There are ways that you can get plugged in and be a part of something bigger than yourself by making sure that your voice and others are heard. Are there any issues that you may be passionate about that you'd like to advocate for?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked. You need it. I need it. We all need a pro hockey team. Bring hockey to Enid. Bring hockey to Enid.
Hockey to Enid. I mean, novel idea. Some other things you may think about is working on improvements for parks. I don't know if you heard about Ms. Monsies, who actually got involved and wrote a check, donated to the city of Enid to see Monsies Park be rehabilitated and reestablished right there off of James Street. So you can go by and take a look. It's important to pick something that the city can actually get involved in and help make a difference on if you're wanting to see the community or the city step up and make a difference. But I thank you for wanting to get involved with the city and getting involved in your local government, because you are who we serve. And if you are willing to get involved and tell us what it is that you want to see done, we can be a better city government, not just for you, but for all the people who live here, work here, and come to Enid to shop. So thank you for your involvement in your city government.
Awesome. Thanks for letting me know about all the different ways that we can get involved as a community. Enid really is a city on the move. Get involved.